Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be covering all sorts of different bits and pieces this evening. So we're going to be using the Lego website in the background with, and of course you can see there is a big brick with the Galaxy Plays back. Yes, today is the official day that all of this new wave, sense, whatever it is all kicking off with regards to the Star Wars stuff. So we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars sets first. Then we'll be having a look at the Bricklink Designer Program. So basically recapping all the bits and pieces that happened this week. Then we're going to go over your wish list for the first lot of double points of 2026. And then once we've done all of that, I might actually then open up bag number 3 from last night's build and carry on with the Ninjago bits and pieces. But as always, there is a poll running. Now, it's a little bit tricky this time because the poll is, if you had to lose one Lego IP to replace it for something new, what would it be? So you have to lose it completely, never to be sold for, say, a year or two, and it will just be replaced with anything. And your choices are the top 2 best-selling licenses, which is Star Wars, Harry Potter. You've also got Lego Ideas, which is across the board. You lose the all Lego Ideas, or Nintendo. Now, obviously, you've got to remember what licenses are included with Nintendo, because you've got Zelda, you've got all the games, you've got the Game Boy, you've got Super Mario, and all of that kind of thing. So it's a bit of a tricky one to think of. I guess it just depends on what one it is that you don't like. Easy for Ultra Bricks. Good evening, Ultra Bricks. Good evening, Shibo. Lose Harry Potter. Easy. There we go. So keep Star Wars, keep all Lego Ideas, Nintendo. For me, because I know how much money Harry Potter makes for the Lego company, I don't know. It's tough now because if I had to keep, if I could lose the Lego Ideas, I knew that you'd be safe with the Bricklink stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to think about that. I've tripped over myself on that one. So yeah, get your votes in for that. Everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. Just waiting for the notifications to go out and then we'll crack on. So give it a minute or two and then we will tuck in to all these bits and pieces. But the notifications seem to be going out okay at the moment this evening, which is good. And then yeah, we will just tuck in, see what is what and what's going on, because there is the new Lego sets on the website. So we'll be taking a look at those first. And then we might tuck into the blacksmiths later, much later on in the stream. If not, we won't. And if we do, we do. So you have all got your own things to pick and choose from. Yeah, well, don't forget Ultra Bricks. You've got the new TV show, haven't you, coming? So that's the thing. Like, you're gonna kick away Harry Potter with a new TV show coming. That's it. It's all to think of. You see, good evening to you. Good evening, Shibo. Fellowship of the Brick. Fair enough. But yes, the good thing is everything's getting voted for. So if you're going to lose one IP, just get it, lose it. I think some people might misread that, but it is if you were to lose one to replace it with something. At the moment, Harry Potter, in fact, it's a 3-horse race between Nintendo, Harry Potter, and Star Wars are the most to lose. And then Ideas at 14. Yeah, be ruthless. I'd drop Harry Potter like a bad habit. I want to say Star Wars, but I feel bad for the fans. So I picked Nintendo. Oh, so you're going to stamp all over Nintendo fan Shibo instead, are you? Shocking behavior. Shocking. Right, we will slowly tuck into new bits and pieces. So the Lego Smart Play System is here. Now, we've done a big live stream on this already. We figured out basically how the brick and everything is working. We were trying to put 2 and 2 together with regards to what the Lego website had to offer, and it's all changed. So they've now added in some nice little fancy videos. You can see, I don't know if that's going to be a bit of a Easter egg for the future, because there's no need for them to add that. So I would like to think that they might be going back to potentially planting seeds in the future, because it would be quite cool to have those. I have heard people suggest that the new football could actually be made as the Death Star. Supposedly, I thought the globe was perfect. The Lego Ideas globe, I thought that would made a perfect size Death Star as a play set, because you could have just taken the panels off and had the stuff internally. So that I thought was what they were testing the waters with, but clearly not. What you all need to know about the Lego system, all the different bits and pieces out there, that which we will be taking a read of, because again they've added these bits and pieces in, and we'll be looking at this after we take a look at the sets. And then there's the sets. You see Darth Vader popping his head out. There's the prices of the sets as well, by the way. And that's it, because I will have to try and see if anything else is actually available in their pab or anything. Because at the moment, they've done this huge countdown. They've done this huge thing with all these sound effects for Lego City stuff and all these other little bits and pieces. And it's just, well, 3 Star Wars sets, which I thought they would have gone a bit heavier than that, to be honest. So we will start off with the first one and just work our way. We'll finish with the play system, I think. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we will. We'll start off with the X-Wing and work our way through. But before we tuck into that, I will catch up with the chat and say hello to everybody. So Ultra Brick said to be ruthless. Fellowship of the Brick, am I 1 by 2 tile? God, could you imagine the different parts that this could be? Ultra, I knew Sean wouldn't be happy with that. So yeah, that's it. If you're going to lose one, what would it be? I thought it'd be quite neat, because everybody's got their own thing that they don't like. We've always thought what's the best, but what would you actually be happy to lose? So it's a completely different poll this evening. Sean the Sheep, it says, how dare you? I think if Lego cancels Star Wars, there'd be blood. Nintendo might pass. True, Shibo. You're sort of walking on safetyness on that. Brickford, good evening to you. A battle with the Ultra Dragon sounds like the next big Ninjago, by the way. Oh, is it? Oh, I wonder if the Ultra Dragon is a big set from one of the earlier seasons. I think the Ultra Dragon is. Oh, you got me on sidetrack. I'm on a side quest now. Ninjago, Ultra. They did do that set. Yeah, it is. It's the gold. Is that going to be the? Yes. I wonder if they're going to redo. I wonder what one they're going to do it in, though, because you've got the golden Ultra Dragon. It's basically a dragon with multiple heads. I wonder if they're going to go for the golden variant or if they're going to go for the colourful variant. That's going to be very, very interesting. So that is one of them where it's 4 or 5 heads on it, but they do a golden version as well. If that's gonna be the final one with the missing minifigure, I would be quite happy. I would be quite happy with that. So that'd be good. Good to see. But they might just be redoing it under the legacy line. So still don't know what the is. Do you reckon that's going to be the 15th anniversary one then? Is that going to be the last one? Ooh. Sean the Sheep, I think it's fair to say I'm the only one here that's never built a Star Wars set. Well, I don't blame you, to be honest. They are just grey slabs of stuff clipping together. Apart from the Death Slice, they're just a grey build. That's all it is. Don't worry about that, Sean. You're not missing out on much, to be fair. Not missing out on much. Brickford, hopefully everything is good with you. So 8 votes in, and at the moment, Harry Potter is getting an absolute spanking. Yeah. Oh, that's the anniversary set, is it? Is it really? Oh. Ooh, okay. We'll see what happens. Right, so I'll tuck into this slowly, and then I'll catch back up with the chat as we go. So we've got quite a few photos to get through. So there's 20 pictures within this. You can see, actually, I'll start with the box artwork. That might be the easiest thing to start off with. So you can see on the box artwork how this works and what is included. You are looking at 6+, item number 75432, and it is obviously Luke's Red 5 X-Wing, 581 pieces. The minifigures on the bottom left-hand corner are not smart characters, and the ones on the right-hand side of the box are the smart characters. They're the ones that obviously talk. Now, it does say, now on the box, you can see that it's got its own complete branding. It's smart play all in one. So what this includes is the smart brick, the 5 tiles, the 2 minifigures, and the charging dock station. The charging dock station will hold 2 batteries. Now, a full battery life for one of these is 45 minutes of continuous play, and it takes 2 hours to charge back up. Now, you get 1 brick with this, and don't forget, you're going to be getting multiple bricks, so you can have them on the charge and whatever else. But it does mean that you have got space for spare because you can fit 2 at a time. So I'm just amazed that they haven't put the smart brick up for pre-order. I'm just really, really surprised that they haven't actually done that today. So this is everything that is included. So that's the big thing. It's a big thing at the back. I think it's USB A to USB C. I think they said it is. They are going to be doing an adapter though for it as well, so you have a different cable if need be. With regards to where these chips go, we can now actually see the different bits and pieces on them. So we couldn't do that before. So you've got a chip for R2D2, you've got a chip for the gun, you've got a chip for the stand, you've got the one for the actual jet, and that. So obviously they're stickered, they tell you what to go do. Now I have heard that apparently R2 is really very, very ugly on the back because you've got to stick the big chip gets stuck to the back of R2D2. So it is, it's meant for play rather than beauty, I guess. But yeah, that is all of the bits and pieces that you are getting. I don't know what you guys and girls are thinking of this now with regards to are you going to go and get it? Are you going to get it for your little ones? Are you not going to bother? There's a huge mixed response to all of these as well with regards to like this, for example. This wasn't intended for this evening, but as I was setting up for the stream, one of the somebody's got the mind of could limit children's imagination because they're going to be limited to that kind of play. And then later on in the interview, it goes on to say that it's used alongside smart bricks, smart tags, and it's it's all that kind of thing. But they're saying that it's completely down the line. You've got all these different articles from different papers, different everything. But it's saying that Lego is insisting it's not abandoning its principles. The chief brand product marketing officer company does not view the digital world as a threat, but an opportunity to expand its physical play. Basically it goes on about how they think that the children need to be unplugged from the digital world. And they think that it's just, everybody's got their own opinion on it. So clearly it's a massive yes, it's great. No, it's not. It does say in that newspaper article though that this is going to be around for the foreseeable future. So they are thinking it's going to have a long shelf life as well, by the way. But yeah, the battery life isn't great, but then it's a small bit of real estate, so I guess it's stuck. Well, yeah, that's it. But I mean, that is 45 minutes of non-stop play. So when you're changing with the battery between stuff, it's literally you running around for 45 minutes non-stop. So yeah, so box artwork isn't too happy. Sean says price suck. Yep. Ultra just says, 9 sets in June, all just leaked. Oh, here we go. Okay. Well, you can let me know what they are, and I'll do a little bit of research. And once we've gone through all of this stuff, we'll do this stuff, the Bricklink stuff, and then we'll hunt down any of these sets that are going to be interesting. But you can see how these are now with regards to the actual images. So you've got the sound chip. Now, because R2D2 is in there, you can actually see how big that tile is now behind R2. But obviously, if he's in this, he will be interacting with the smart brick as it's flying around. So I suppose, really, it's designed in mind to have R2 in the X-Wing making these noises rather than it being like obviously a shelf piece. With regards to there's the other one. So there's the other one just down on that bit. So they've all got one each, haven't they? So there's two. Oh, hello. You got the shooter. There it is. I can see it on the seat. I can see that on the seat. So there's the other one. So, I mean, if they're clipped down like a normal piece, they're not going to come off and be lost. So obviously that's the biggest fear, I would imagine, especially from little ones, losing the actual smart chips. But if you can buy them, it should be okay, surely. Surely it's a wireless charger. You could use a wireless charger. Well, the bricks themselves are technically wireless, but the actual docking station has to be plugged into something. So yeah, it's the yellow thing is what the bricks charge on, but the actual yellow thing needs power. So yeah, it's technically wireless, but not wireless because the yellow thing's got to be plugged in. But that's it. Oh, that's a better picture because we couldn't see all of these before, could we? So that's how it's going to work. So it's self-explanatory what goes where. And then this is saying it's a full package because you've got the brick. Obviously, it does come with the charger. They haven't added the charger in on this photo. And you've got those two. So that brick will talk to all 5 of those two figures. Whatever conversation that those two are going to be having, I don't know. I don't know. They'll end up devouring each other's love for each other and realizing they're brother and sister or some sort of nonsense like that. Oh no! You guys carry on. I'll catch back up in the chat in a second because I can see you lot winding each other up, so it's always good fun. You can see it's obviously been refueled. So at that point, it looks like the smart brick's been activated, which I'm not too sure how that works because it's not on the actual thing. So I would have thought the brick would have had to have been on this for it to talk. I think that's how it's supposed to work. Yeah, there you go. So the blue light represents that it's actually doing something. Obviously, you've got the colors. You've got different colors for different bits. You're going to need a lot of bricks for something like this. So if you want all of it interacting at the same time, but obviously that's why you've got to take the brick up and move it about. So it's yeah, it's nice to actually see all these photos though. Would you guys and girls want something this scale, forgetting about the chip or not? Are you fussed about like this kind of thing, or are you not too sure? Everybody that's liked the video so far, thank you very much indeed. Poll wise, it's just ticking over, so I'll check that in a little bit. What are you two going on about? The dynamic duo? Shibo? What's obviously what Shibo said. Who said that's too? Oh, only fair to say that the only one in here. Oh, fair enough. So, you're talking about the Star Wars sets not being built? Yeah, fair enough. Well, you can just sit back and just look at the misery of people not being happy or being really happy. But my days, these sets got some backlash from adults not realizing that the other sets had already been sort of mentioned on the same day because everybody was talking about these. Oh, it's the worst Star Wars wave in history, yada, yada, yada. 24 hours later, Star Wars is saved. The new Sancor. It's like, good Lord, calm down. Star Wars collectors are crazy. It's basically what I'm like when the Ninjago stuff doesn't go right, but worse. But you can see you've got mechanical sounds. So it looks like you can actually hit bits where it makes noises like you're fixing it, which is obviously something, again, extra and different. So the brick does a lot more than what we thought it did because you've got music and sounds coming out of this one. But yeah, so you've got all of the different bits and pieces, but that's it. That's the charger. See, that's it. That charger does look huge. Compared to the brick, that does look very, very big. Team No Star, Team No Star Wars is Sean. Well, I don't play you. I'm not getting any. I don't think I'm going to get any Star Wars sets this year. I don't think. Depending on what the big UCS one is at the end of the year, I might get it if it's another cheese. But if it's not a cheese, then I won't. Star Wars collectors are bad, but castle collectors are a whole other level. Well, yes, reading how people didn't think that the thing that got into the Bricklink was a castle set and then not actually paying attention, it was a castle pub. They were going ballistic that they weren't getting another castle. But I think personally, there's going to be a castle coming in 2026. That's why it didn't happen in the Bricklink designer program. So I would imagine that they're not going to green light another Bricklink castle until 27, which would be the next Bricklink designer program. Because the Bricklink designer program that didn't get the castle in that people were kicking off about that got the pub goes live in October, and then you don't get it until 27. So I would imagine they'll start releasing sets or being able to vote for sets in 27 for a 28 release. So that you've got to wait a while for these castle ones, unless there's going to be a whole shebang of new castle stuff coming in later on in 26. I have absolutely no idea how that's all going to work. But there you go. Reacts to how you move and how you play. And then you've got a QR code to see it in action at the bottom if you want to. And it says screen free play. So they are trying to do that. And it comes with 5 smart tags and 1 smart charger. Those are pretty cool with the box artwork on the side, though, doesn't it? With the brick on the side. So the box artwork itself looks half decent. But what else does it go on to say? Because it's a smart play all in one. So I'm assuming at some point it's just going to say smart play and not have all in one. So they might not give you everything in every set. So you've got the opportunity to not have 35 different chargers, maybe. But then I don't know how people would feel about that either. But you can see that's what it includes. So again, 2 speakers, 5 tags, smart charger. I think this is what I clicked on. It popped up in a different screen. Yes, it was. So you've got they've done loads of different bits and pieces for it. But that is the first. That's the first set. So yeah, they've done a fair bit for it. They're starting to do these sort of 3D bits and pieces, and that's all the other bits that we've already spotted. But yes, would you be happy spending £80 for a 6-year-old on this? I think that's what it comes down to. Because what was the play scale X-Wing? Was it 35? I know you're getting more stuff with this. Forget the technology. You are getting more stuff with this, and you are getting more minifigures. Whereas obviously the £35 set was it was Luke, wasn't it? But it was a bigger version. But like I say, I've only got cats, so then I'm not going to be buying it for the cats. So as people that have kids, grandkids, or no kids, then would you be happy to pay this for a Christmas present for somebody? Brickable World, hello to you. How are we? Sean is a straight no. Smart Brick isn't a bad concept, but the sounds are bad and the price. Yeah, there we go. Stop the wars between the stars. I think this year and next we get a replacement for Line Knights. It's got to be this year. It's got to be this year, isn't it? Brickford wants a smart brick saying "You shall not pass." You don't get addicted to it. They started doing it in the Lord of the Rings stuff. But they've got to do a castle this year. They've got to do it because obviously this is aimed at children with parents to pay. It's not like this isn't really like it's meant for completionist collectors. I'm just looking at it from a Star Wars perspective. Forget the actual smart technology because it's only in Star Wars. So clearly they're aiming this as a children's product with technology. That's probably the best way of saying it because of the scale. But it is $79.99 for what you get. There is a slightly cheaper one, which is this one, which is $473. So I think this is just £10 more than the last TIE Fighter, isn't it? I think. Just going to get up another Lego page and just have a look see because I think you're only paying £10 for the technology. I think I could be wrong. Yeah, the TIE Bomber. The TIE Bomber was $59.99, which is this one. And so that's 625 pieces. So that is $59.99 for this. And then it's $59.99 for this. So out the two, bear in mind it's the same price. If you just had to get one of these for the money, what would you go for? Would you go for a bigger thing to play with? Because again, it's aimed at the same age group, isn't it? 9. So that's a 9+ set. And this one is an 8+ set. So yeah, they're aiming at the same demographic. But which one do you think? This obviously has more playability. But which do you think would have more fun with? Which would you be happy spending your money on for somebody or yourself? Because that's obviously a direct comparison. You've got three characters plus the little waddler just down on that one. And then on this one, you do get one of each. So you get one tile, one minifigure, one charger, one brick. So it's only the fighter that makes a noise. So you haven't got the smart bits and pieces on here. So these won't make any blast effects. You have got this green hammer again, though. So I'm assuming when you hit the brick, it's going to be making noises like it's going to be repairing. Oh, 3, 2, 1 clocked onto that one. Yeah, exactly. So yes, so I mean, you've got something that's slightly bigger to play with, which is this one, um, or you go for this one, that's what they're going up against. They are going up against themselves currently, and at least this is priced the same. They're just giving you extra stuff and making this smaller with more technology, I guess. Sean's like, none. I choose neither. He's like, I'm not playing this game. I don't care. I vote for I vote for Star Wars. Get that gone. I don't want that to be. I don't want that to be about. But yeah, so you've got the two sets with the cable, and you can see that that cable might last 5 minutes. The adapter that they said that you can get, of course, you've got to pay extra for, but you're up to 2 bricks already, and 2 chargers, and 2 lots of cable, so you should be good. But this one red thing, sure, if we go through the photos, it should be. Yeah, you can see it comes out of its backside, so you'd be flying around and making sounds and shooting noises and all that kind of thing. That does nothing. Yeah, it's just the actual symbol. So I'm assuming that's either a sticker or a print that's on that. Oh, you push the button down so it makes a sound effect of the shooting mechanism. I'm assuming that's what that is as well. So it makes flying noises and it makes shooting noises. And well, they did this with the last one, so I'm assuming there must be something by the brick you put it on, and it must activate the brick then, because they showed this in the last photo. So because you got the hammer, and they used the hammer in the other photo, didn't they? So that's where you got your thumb going up its backside to be able to do the different bits and pieces with it. Ultra Brick said bomber easily. Sean says castle builders are the worst. Well, we'll get on to the new minifigure wave in a little while, because if we think that is going to be classic pirates, Ninjago, castle, and all that kind of thing, like I said, I want a full wave of that. So I might actually end up my first ever time. I have to get a box, because I do not want to miss out. I want to get a full wave of it. I don't want to miss out on that one, because I want it to go into my like a world of my Ninjago where they would meet these other characters along the way with monsters and whatever else. But it'd be quite cool to do the classic. I'm assuming we're going to get like the classic adventures as well. So we've got to get an old school Johnny Thunder. I would imagine we would do. Seems gimmicky, won't last long. Figured it would be integrated into the Lego City first. Yeah, that's what we were talking about. But Star Wars seems to be a lot safer. Well, what we were talking about on the other stream is that they were using the chips with the Lego City stuff, and the way the countdown was on the website was that the actual brick and the sound chips were going to be available for pre-order as of today. We knew the Star Wars stuff was coming, because obviously it was a huge show about it. But what they were showing off with the ducks making noises and helicopters making noises and all that kind of thing, they've already done it. So I thought you were going to be able to just go, I'm going to buy a brick. I can buy 1 or 2 of these sound chips just to test it out, test the water to see what it's like. I'm assuming you're going to be able to buy all of this stuff separately, but they haven't yet uploaded it onto the Lego website. They've just given us these 3 Star Wars sets. But don't forget, the age of these sets are to the younger, like to younger ones, is what we would have played with way back when. And you've got, I mean, I remember getting my first ever 9-volt train set that I got, which I still have. And I really should build that back up again, because that is literally my childhood. And that would be pretty cool, actually, to build that back up again. It's the black one with the yellow. And I remember making the track up and messing around with that and doing all the other little bits and pieces with it. But yeah, they've seemed to got Thor's hammer in green on everything. Here, why Thor's hammer is in green on everything. But again, this comes with a nice box artwork on the sides. It's got the smart tag. There is other sets obviously coming, because they've already been shown. So if you didn't know that there was a big thing in Las Vegas, you have got the Falcon You've got the Cantina, and then you've got the Cantina with an add-on pack. There's 3 more of these smart play things coming this year. And then also you've got a load of other non-smart play Star Wars stuff coming this year as well. So there's quite a few bits and pieces. So yeah, I think it will sell well. Sorry, it will be played with well by the little ones, but it just depends on the cheapest price point you can get an entry price in. Because I know they've done it with Star Wars for a reason. It's their highest selling IP. There's massive Star Wars fans, and the Star Wars sets are obviously more expensive anyway. But obviously, going by what this is at $59.99 and $59.99, with the technology, you're just getting a few bricks less. So you're just getting a slightly smaller build. You're getting 470. What's that? 625. So 625, 73. It's a year age difference between the two sets, but it is the same price. So if you have both of these on the shelf, it just depends on what stands out better. But yeah, you got this up to 8. So I don't know what the cutoff point would be from their sort of marketing development kind of. So they would have had groups of people in playing with these for months and months and months. They would have figured out exactly the age group to attack all the sets with. But yeah, it just depends on if they can do an entry level price point, because like £80 is very, very expensive as a you like everything that we're looking at the moment. It's not affordable to get for somebody else as a Christmas present. So obviously for your own family members, maybe it might be a big birthday present or a big Christmas present, but I don't know. I could never justify spending that much money on somebody else for a Christmas present, but it is what it is, isn't it? So this is the 9 Plus, and this is a hybrid of everything. So this is the last set on this one. Again, the box artwork does look nice and catchy. What have we got on this one? So we've got 5 tiles, but 2 of them are the same. So they obviously go behind this bit. So these are the lightsaber noises, is what they are. So rather than actually making the noises yourself, the lightsabers will go make the whooshing noises. So this is possibly the set where the batteries might run out quite quickly, because you've got quite a lot going on with this. I have got, you're not going to believe this, I have got a glass of water and the world's biggest can of Coke, a can of lemonade. That's it. So I've found this. I bet it's out of date, so I'm going to have this. after all of you lot saying that you're going to have fish and chips for dinner, I've managed to scrounge one of these out the back cupboard. But it is a tiny lemonade. That's it. That is all it is. Right, Brickle said, I do want kids to use their imagination, make their own sounds, and make figures talk by themselves, which is the whole point of using your imagination, play how you want to. Have to charge a Lego brick is crazy to me. I can deal with the power function and stuff. Batteries just feel like it's a step in. Yeah, so it's obviously it's up for massive debate, isn't it? It's potentially going to do one of two things. It's either going to expand the play, which is what they're trying to say it's going to do, and then other people are saying that you're going to be basically just not using your creativity as much. But then at the same time, I suppose until we get hands on with them and actually see people do stuff with them, would like the lightsaber noises encourage them to make noises as well? Is it going to be an encouragement type thing? But yeah, it's 45 minutes for a full charge, 45 minutes of a charge of a battery from 100% to 0 at continuous play, and then it's 2 hours for it to be recharged. So you're getting everything with this one. So again, box artwork on the front of this one, you've got 2 bricks, 5 tiles, 3 characters. So this is where the battery is going to get absolutely battered, because don't forget the figures are talking to each other as well. So really, you're listening to a story rather than telling a story out, which is again another thing that people are saying. Yeah, see, I don't know what all the sounds. I don't know what the sounds 100% sound like, but apparently, like with the Cantina that's going to be coming out, they haven't used the Cantina music, so they haven't used certain things that they could have done. But of course, they are with the Star Wars stuff. It's going to be a little bit more difficult with licensing, but are they going to be a bit more open with the Lego City stuff, like where you're flying around, it's making noises? Would you have another one, and you would just make your own? It's one of them. But like I said, I'm not going to get this for anybody. I've got nobody to give it to. I don't think my cats would probably like to sit on the box. I think Pumpkin would very nicely like to sit on that. But that would be about it. It would be like a little mini hot water bottle for them. But I've seen this play feature, because when you turn it upside down, it makes different noises. It does make a sort of lightsaber effect, and when they hit each other, they are talking to each other, and you've got the lights flashing, and it's making noises at the same time. So this is like a triple whammy, but you do need obviously both bricks going at the same time, which means Palpatine up top isn't going to be doing anything anyway. But going by the sounds of it, the bricks can be updated with firmware updates. So potentially they will have the opportunity to do more and more stuff. But the good thing is, and I think this is the big thing to remember, that this is its own separate line. So they are going to have this line as a smart play, because clearly they're doing separate Star Wars stuff. So they're going to give opportunity for different age demographics across the board up to a certain age. But then the sets that are going to be coming out as well, they're across the board of different ages, and they don't have this technology. So you don't have to get them. It's not going to be in everything. So it's basically there if you, at the moment anyway, it's there if you want to use it. It'd have been a bit different if they said, oh, by the way, the smart technology is coming out now, and every single wave of 2026 was like this. It's not, is it? They're going to give us 5 sets. I do believe the Cantina has an add-on pack from what I've seen. These were images from the actual show, but it's just these because everybody was taking videos of the actual show, and obviously we've seen everything online. But yeah, you've got these 3 out now. It is a Falcon. It's a Cantina with an add-on pack. And then there's another 5 Star Wars sets coming, which are non-smart brick related. But clearly they're going to be coming out in either Lego City, but the ducks that the chips that they had for ducks, they don't do those sets. So it kind of makes me think of all of the stuff that they had at their press conference and their press release of this stuff, that these chips are just going to be available to buy either in store, which would be a little bit difficult because they're tiny, or you order them online in its own subcategory of the Pick-a-Brick, and it's there if you want them. That's the one thing. So if you can add it to your display, then fair enough. But I think we're talking about it the other day. It's like it could add to certain things. Like, say, for example, a roller coaster makes a noise with the chain. It goes around the train. You could actually add to the experience of the set, because obviously that set's motorized anyway. But it could also take away from the experience of other stuff as well. So, but you can see with regards to, actually, does that actually that doesn't have a sound, does it? So let's zoom in on that. So you can see that you've got one going in the ship, one going on the shooter. You've got 2 of them for the battle, and then you've got one for Palpatine's chair. Let's catch back up with the chat very quickly. Yeah, see, that's the thing. They've all been redesigned as well, the sets, haven't they? So it's a completely different design at a different age, and it's not going to be for everyone. So the fact that it is just its own line, and it's not going to be forced down people's throats as such, for those people that don't want it, people can just walk away from it and be like, yeah, it's not for me. Is that what they say? The figs don't talk. They say biddy biddy bop. That is from 191, by the way. That wasn't me just making up words. Yeah, there is a chip on the there is a chip on the back of R2D2, isn't there? So Ultra Brick says, I'm really surprised they don't have the proper Star Wars sounds. And again, kids will care. Not sure how many 6-year-olds even know Star Wars unless it's apparent. Yeah, exactly that. Exactly that. You can give it to me if you like. I'll dispose of it properly, straight in the trash. Sean. And Shuba says, Sean, no use for the toilet. You can hear the flush around the corner coming from the box. Well, that's true. Don't forget, there is supposed to be a sound flushing chip. Now, let's be honest, that would never get boring with the amount of toilets that they've got currently in all of the other Lego sets. Yeah, actually, it's on the tile. Actually, Brickable Worlds on the back. I'll get that up on a separate tab. It does look really very strange, but they've hidden it, so I'll show you. So, hang on, because we had a quick look at it before you guys joined in. I've heard people go, "There's a reason why they've hidden the figure." So this is the set. So on R2, it's got studs on the back, as you know. So that's the front. You've got studs on the back. However, I think what it's meant for is this photo just here, because it speaks to the brick, and you can see just how big that tile is. It's like a huge backpack he's wearing, basically. So yeah, that's what Brickable World's talking about. Brickable World, sorry, is talking about. But I think if you kept it in the ship, it should be okay. But when you have it out the ship and it was just a photo, the ship is wider than R2. So that's an exaggeration. You can see where it is. So they've tried to hide it in every single photo. And they have done this with quite a few of the sets, if you remember, like the clamshell from Disney, where you never saw anything from the back. And it was just a horrible back. But yes, it does look rather strange because he's just got like a red big thing stuck to him on the studs because I guess what they've done is, rather than redoing R2's body, they've just given him the actual tile, thinking about it, because he's not a smart minifigure, is he? No, he's not. Because you've got these three, obviously got them built in, but R2 doesn't. So I wonder what the reasoning is behind that. I wonder if they've just managed to get the chip into this side of torso, and R2 with its separate bits can't do it with its head, or it's just the wrong shape. But you can see, again, with you pushing down on the buttons, you've got the sound effects that it's supposed to be making with the flashy lights, and you spin it upside down, it makes the whooshing noises, and the lights go red and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, you've got those two happy chappies. But in all fairness, though, that's quite nice print on that pilot. So at least there's one positive from a younger set. And the head, the mask does look smart. I'm sure everybody would be saying that the helmet's the wrong color or whatever else. Like I said, I know a lot of Ninjago stuff and other bits and pieces. Star Wars stuff, haven't really got a clue. But Palpatine's chip is at the back. So it's on the seat. So I wonder if those smart bricks are in reach, because it works off like a triangle, doesn't it? So I wonder if he can be saying some bits and pieces and encouraging Darth Vader as the battle's going on. Let's have a look at what's going on. So Sean's laughing. So 919 says the SW sound the Imperial March. R2 with the tile in front of it. Sean is a massive turd. Yep. So Matt, it's going to be like the programmed fixed sounds on the brick can be changed or added to. I don't know. We don't. The brick itself is unlimited. The brick doesn't run the sounds, going by what I've read. It's all to do with these red tiles. So the brick is for sound. It's for light, and obviously you've got the sound effects with the ships, and then it allows the minifigures to talk through the brick from a certain radius as well. So the minifigure doesn't have to be stood on the brick for it to actually work. That's from what I've read, Shibo. Anyway, that's the case. Yeah, that's it. Brickable World says R2 should have had it built in. Also, yeah, after just re-looking at that, I was like, oh yeah, it hasn't got the chip in there. Total Finland, good evening to you. I try collect all smart play sets. I've started collecting many from day one when I heard this. Lego comes to life and completely against video games and screen. There we go. That's it. So some people are going to love it. Some people are going to go. So you've got 5 Turtle Finland and an add-on. That's what it's going to be. So it'd be very interesting what the Falcon is actually like and what the details like compared to because I would imagine that Falcon scale would be very, very similar size to the expensive display one at the moment. So I'm assuming it's going to be about that size. Wow, Andrea has come out of nowhere. Matt, please help. Got a huge salary in January. Can you guys help me pick out any sets available, max £1,100 that I should buy? Well, we can. We will do our best to help. That is not a problem. So you guys and girls in the comment section, get your SKU numbers in. And what I'll do is I'll plonk them up onto the Lego website because that's what we're going to be doing. We've got to be doing I don't know if end of January. Oh, it's a shame. It's got to be January because you've got the Bricklink stuff that we'll be taking a look at in a second. Yeah, we'll cover this. We've got the Bricklink stuff to go on. You guys and girls will be chatting away. If this carries on like this, I've got some bits and pieces to build. So it's just a chilled out thing. So Sean the Sheep says Andrea 3212. So I'll get that up. So yeah, so I'll reread it. So Andrea is asking, has a limited budget of £1,100, which is a lot of money. So it's just going to be a case of get your SKU numbers in and we'll have a look. So Turtle Finland says all smart play sets plus Lego parts. Yeah, so this is the thing, Turtle Finland. I'm going to be looking at this in a second. I cannot yet find, well, I couldn't before, I've not looked in the last few hours, on their Pick-a-Brick for individual stuff. So at the moment, from what I can see, they are only pushing these 3 sets. But you will potentially, and it's an if, the 5 Star Wars sets, plus all of the Lego City sound chips that you would have seen in the promotional footage. I would love to know the individual price of the Lego brick and also the individual price of the tiles because I've got a lot of questions, but I haven't got any answers for them at the moment. Brick of War says, W stream, I see you in other people's streams, and this is the first stream of yours I've seen. Oh, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, thank you very much indeed. So, I've seen your name pop up in the chat as well. But yeah, this is it. This is what we do. So nice and simple. Ryan says, I think Andrew should buy all my Lego. Well, you're going to put Willy Wonka on the chopping block, are you? So, Andrew, I'll wait for those SKU numbers to come in, and we'll take a look. Is there any theme that you're thinking of that they can help with? So again, there we go. Look, so you got the sound effects of the characters grunting. I'm assuming that's a grunting face. And then you've got the sound at the same time of that. And you've got 2 very happy little ones playing around. That's supposedly playing music. And I'm assuming that's a quote. So they must say certain things to add, obviously, to the experience. I wonder how that activates. Because if the minifigure's in close range, you can say stuff for them to fire up, can't you? You can also check the battery life on the bricks as well. So you can see you've got red, you've got those things going on against each other as well. There's the laser. So what was that? You got sound, you got sound and explosion, And I'm assuming that sound is from the minifigure. Oh, there's 2 episodes of the 2 smart bricks. So that's what they're saying. They're interacting with each other. So that's being shot at, that's shooting at it, and you've got the different sounds. So they're going to be telling stories as they go. That's the actual size of it. Again, you've got the big charger in the background plugged in, and you've only got the 15 photos. But that's the back of the box. So it does look like they have linked in the big Death Star on the first bit of the box artwork that we saw to this scene, because that's the window in the background, isn't it? And that's got to be the same. That's got to be the same Death Star, I'm assuming. Smart Play, all-in-one sets, those first 3 sets, those 4 sets which come after that don't have... No, that's it. Is there 4 of them? I thought that... I don't know what the 4th one is. Because I've seen the Falcon, seen the Cantina, seen the add-on. Now, the add-on's not going to come with different bits and pieces, but I saw a few of the other Star Wars sets, but they were non-smart and play. Because obviously you guys and girls will know as well, but there's the... What have we seen? We've seen the Ewok Village, the Sandcrawler. You've got the bits and pieces from Mandalorian that's supposed to be coming, but all of this happened on the same day. Yeah, so we'll see. I'll do a bit of research in the background, Turtlefil, and see if I can find what the other... If you know what they are, let me know. If you know what the SKU number is, I can type it in. Jay's using either myself or the wrestling as a toilet break. I'm assuming, because you said that this is going exactly against Cody Rhodes, that it's finished. 4, 5, 7. There we go. So 7 sets. Yeah. So that's what they're going to be then. So it's the... Of the 7 sets, there's going to be 4 more. What is the 4th set then? Cantina, add-on for the Cantina, and the Falcon is the only ones that I can remember. Jay says that the ATST is the other one with a sound chip. So that would be a 7th then. That would be all 7 of them. I don't know why they haven't put... I don't know why they haven't put them up on here. I'm not too sure why they haven't. But Star Wars brick. Because we had them up before. That's the Brick Fanatics website. Or did we go on? Did we go on StarWars.com before, did we? What was the website that had all the sets on? I think it was StarWars.com, wasn't it? There's a really good website for it. This is the Brick Fanatics. This has got the list. So there's your TIE Fighter. There's your X-Wing. These are the stuff that we've seen. But you've got the others that are going to be announced. So there's going to be a Dark Saber coming, which we do, I believe, is going to be a giveaway purchase. You have got an 8+, 7+, 8+, and 9+ set. And then there are other bits and pieces already out and coming. And you've got all the Mandalorian stuff as well. So there's a lot of Star Wars stuff to come this year. Loads and loads and loads of it. So you can see all these different bits and pieces that are on there. Where are we with that? So yeah, they go back onto that. I'll catch back up the chat. I'll just find some bits and pieces in the background. Seven sets. There it is. I was right. I thought I was going mental. It's StarWars.com. Just in case you care, look, there's a whole different thing of the Lego experience on here. So so this is from StarWars.com. This is the massive promotional stuff that they did. So you can see you got the big X-Wing. That's the big globe that they were doing. So they asked people to go over and do it. And then you can see you got all the different videos and all that kind of thing that's going on. That looks pretty cool. Because you imagine being part of that as a press release. No wonder they cost so much money. So again, that is the X-Wing. We'll cover all the sets again quickly before we move on. That's your fighter. That's your other one. They haven't bothered to put them up. No, they haven't. Oh, never mind. Right, I'll see if I can find the photos from somewhere else. But the box. So we'll go back through the photos. Well, just very, very quickly. So that's the set itself. You can see all the sound effects and the features that they're doing. Don't forget, you got the with the voices being made and everything else like that. Now, if I actually go back to the main page and leave that up and do this, you guys, if I do the pre-order, I wonder if I can get all 3 of them side by side. So that is the sets. That's not helpful, is it? That is all of the sets that are coming. If I do this, They'll be up at the top. There you go. So that's all 3 of them. That's your pricing. That's all your bits and pieces. If you want me to click on any of them, let me know, and I'll set up the Bricklink stuff just behind. Oh no, it's not happened yet. So Jay's got about 2 hours and 50 minutes to find a plunger, because it's a 3-hour SmackDown. So total Finland said 7 sets. Sean the Sheep said the Ford ST. I ordered the Cobb with Darth Speeder today. Amazon. I had it for 20. Really want that CAD game. Yeah, a lot of people want the Bane minifigure. So Finland has said the Darth Vader TIE Fighter, Luke's X-Wing, Throne Room. So it's it's the Land Speeder, is it? And the ST Falcon and the Cantina. Right. Oh, they're not going to have them on there, but let me see what they are. So 75426. Because all the photos were out, and this is a stupid thing. They were all out and about, but where is it? No, I still know. Maybe it's just the still shots that we found. There's no actual images out of it at the moment, not I can see. Right, I'll do what I can. I'll see where I can find them, and then we'll plod. We've got Andrea to help. So once there anything I don't have, I'll buy, and you guys decide within the budget, and it should be available. That's what Andrea says. So there is a challenge from Andrea, which we're going to move on to before we go into the Bricklink stuff. We have got a maximum amount of money to spend, which is £1,100. Andrea has a shopping list, and it's got to be purchased now, or it's got to be in order. So the characters don't have proper voices. They speak in their own Lego language. Oh, so that's potential for the future if the tech. Oh, not generic Star Wars. Okay. Do you have a Lego figure of Ned Flanders? I do, because I've got both CMF waves of The Simpsons. Q1J. I do. Yes, I do indeed. Lego King, go back on the screen. Sets, please. They are on the screen for you now, Lego King. Hello again, Mark. How are we? Jay says, assume the Smart Brick will be sold separately just after the 1st of March, as they do. Well, I don't understand what they've done, to be honest. This is it. There was a huge countdown. All of the writing was to do with Lego City stuff, and it's just given us these 3 sets. So there's nothing yet available. Hot take from Ryan. Isn't Star Wars dead anyway? Kids aren't interested in it. I'll be 40 years old trying to get kids off their phone and play with it. Yep. Should they make all the sets 45 plus? That's true. So there we go. Ryan is just stirring the pot, which is always a good thing to do. There we go. We'll see if we can find the images. We'll see if we can find the images as we go. But no, I do have. Let's have a look. Simpsons CMF. Yeah, I'm sure Ned Flanders is in the CMF. I think. So I want to say yeah. Right. So we have a challenge from Andrea. Now, is this for you, Andrea, or to sell on? So Jay's good at spending money. One set, anything. So it's one set, anything I don't have, I will buy. Any sets you guys decide within the budget. So it has to be by the end of January for you. Is that what it is? So what I do is let me get any sets that are available. And is it from the Lego website or just in general? What's everybody's favorite set? Get your SKU numbers in on the chat and I can type it in so we can give Andrea some ideas. Now, I am in the background just setting up the Bricklink page as well, because we want to be covering the new Bricklink designer program stuff. Because that's obviously a thing that you could go for instead. You could just go for some designer stuff, because the Bricklink pass programs, you could easily spend your money that way because it's under the 2021 Invitational, and then you've got all of these. So depending on where you got to get it from, you've got some corkers in here, because these are beautiful builds. So you said you wanted the Lego modular store ages ago, didn't you? The bowling alley is supposed to be very good. It's big. It's very, very long, but it's just not very, very tall. But that goes for a load of money. Obviously, the modular construction site is one of the most sought after Bricklink ones from the period. The Winter Chalet I can't recommend enough, because you saw me build that, and that thing's outstanding. But you have also got, which what we're getting over to, is the current series, which is series 7, which kicks off in 37 days. So I don't know if that's a soon enough time for you. But I'm just recapping all of this stuff now. Assembly Square from right. So let's have a look. Sean says 31213. 31213. 31213. Oh, I just knew it. I just knew it before I hit the last sentence. I thought I recognised that skew. So Andrea has an unlimited budget for Lego, and Sean's choice is a Mona Lisa painting. Oh, Mona Lisa. Death Slice would chew up most of the 1,001 otherwise. I'll go for the Lord of the Rings set. That's true. Got to be Rivendell. Assembly Square. 4 Willy Wonkers. Buy a DeLorean and spend the other 1,000 on tonic wine. Yep. Mark, hello again to you. Jay says a smooth and smart bit would be so. Yeah, so we have already covered that. Yeah, I'm not too sure what they're doing, Jay. To be honest, I really don't know what they're doing. So there we go. That is that's the choice. Depending on, so we've got things getting shouted in on the comments. So again, if you've not got this, you have to have this, and it's double points soon as well. So that's that if you don't own any this specific one, this is very, very good. Got Rivendell, so we can't have Rivendell. Lego King has gone for the Italian Riviera. So do you have the Italian Riviera? This is the thing. Don't forget, it's I don't know if I've missed it. Is it Lego current, or is it anything? Can we do other bits and pieces as well, or we've got the eyeball? I would imagine Andrew's got the eyeball. I did actually. I typed in the eyeball before, didn't I? Eyeball. What did it actually come up with? I just typed that in completely wrong. What balls? No, that's a shame. So that's the next one that's up for grabs. But there is some. I mean, you got things like the Ghostbuster Firehouse and things like that. If you wanted to go sort of slightly older, or like the Ninjago route, if you wanted to go the older Ninjago bits and pieces. But it just depends if you're going to the on the Lego website. In Riviera, which is a beautiful set as well. Yeah, you can get 4 of those for your budget. 4, and obviously everybody else, because this is something that we are talking about this evening. Double points is happening this month. So what's on your double points list? Have you got anything? All right, don't have the Riviera. Anything else available? Got the eyeball. Endurance is underrated. Yep, have a look at that. 76425. 76425. 76425. You're not well. I mean, oh, Sean. 76425. That's Sean's choice. Titanic plus fancy fancy case is at 800-ish. Yep. So you got the big old Titanic. So if you're going for boats, you got this huge, which is on back order now, by the way, as you can see. So, yeah, it's a big old thing. And isn't the endurance on the retiring? No, it's not. So that's the other thing. You got if you're into your boats, because I know you're like unusual builds. So that's the other one that you could potentially go for. Lego King saying the 8080, but that isn't available. Yeah, UCS Falcon, that's a good call. So Arkham, Eiffel Tower, yeah, I'll get yeah, the Riviera is £175 Argus. Got the Titanic and got the Endurance. Come on, guys. Come on. We got you got like an unlimited budget. So you gotta get your bits and pieces in. So you got the Falcon, which I mean you got the Dark Falcon that you could go for, and the big one or the display one. You got all three Falcons that you could potentially go for, depending on what it is that you were thinking of. This has to be but you could just look for this elsewhere and spend your money elsewhere. But I don't think that's in the rules and regulations. But if you don't have this one, you will need this in your collection because it is beautiful. But we'll stick to the Lego website and stick to what's in stock. What else have we got coming in? We've got the if I can pick only one set for me as a free gift from the Lego group, I pick the Black Pearl. There we go. So the Black Pearl is up for a shout. So there's your Black Pearl. So that is a good looking set as well. Because as soon as we see one that you haven't got, we'll actually take a look at it. Yeah, that's a good call. T-Rex is a very, very good set. I would say if you haven't got this has to be up there. So we're going to look at this one because this thing's so good. So I don't know if you've got this one, but this is a fantastic build. Fantastic build. And you can just listen to the theme tune as you put it together. I really very much enjoyed putting this set together. This really was a really good set. And you've got good head movement. The tail moves nicely. I don't know if you've got it, though. Oh, there you go. Ryan said, what about the T-Rex skeleton thing? Yep. So I've got, let me go back through. So you've got the Endurance to have a look at. You've got the Gardens to have a look at. So Andrew's got the 3 older pirate boats, but doesn't have this one. So I don't know if you got this in the Goonies, but we'll have a look at this first then. So this is your opportunity just to have a very, very quick look at the bits and pieces. And then we'll move on. We'll move on to the next one. But the photos in this do look very, very effective. It does look very, very good. The figures, I think, look great. You've got the Enterprise 3 times, haven't you? So you don't need another Enterprise. You've got plenty of those. But yeah, 25 inches tall, 25 inches long. Yeah, on the stand or on the floor. It depends on what it is that you want to. It depends on what it is that you want to go for. The other one that came up was the Eiffel Tower. So we'll get that up next. So let's get it to these little T-Rex arms. There's big old tail. That's on display. Another one on display. That's the back of the box. That's what we want. All right, Eiffel Tower. So yeah, you could go for something absolutely huge, like this. Tim's like, just buy 4 Willies. Oh, you don't have that. Oh. Right, well, let's start off with it. I'll go back up to what everybody else has said. But if you don't have the Gardens, well, if you don't have the Gardens, then what a beautiful set that is. So we'll start off with that then. Gardens. This is obviously as well. If you don't have the T-Rex, you have to have the T-Rex. That T-Rex is outstanding. Because you like stuff that's unusual build as well. So the T-Rex is completely different. So I would say the T-Rex is great, but if you don't have the Gardens or the Avengers Tower, this pricing is going to get up quite, because I own all three of them because I'm greedy. D&D is a very good call by Sean as well. I'll get them up. Well, that's true. The T-Rex is the winner. Put some sales on it, and there's a chocolate fountain behind it. There we go. Well, yeah, Willy Wonka could be on the list if you wanted that. Let me go back up. Have I missed anything? I know the chat's coming in very, very quickly, so I'm just getting the bits up on the screen. So I'm just going to go through slowly in case, just as I am, so you guys can carry on talking to yourself, and then everybody that's watching in the background can just see what we're talking about. I do like the fact that it is 2 base plates, though. So it depends on how much space you've got to display this. Bearing in mind, the T-Rex is like 1 meter in length, but you can get stuff underneath the T-Rex. And I mean, I would think that they might do another big sort of bony dinosaur this year or next. But I think the T-Rex sold out very well. I thought it did, but I'm biased. So I picked it up and I really enjoyed it. Still think that kid needs a punch in the face. And then, yeah, you've got the beautiful staircase going up to the top. Internals of that is very, very smart. And it just looks nice. It just looks nice on display. It just looks good. So yeah, it's a strong idea. The tower from the Avengers Tower, again, that is a very, very powering set. So you've got loads of minifigures with this thing, loads and loads of them. You've obviously got all the different bits and pieces going on. You can see you've got all the stuff going on the inside. So yeah, it is a nice build. This, it's very, very powerful. Obviously it carries on and bits and pieces go up across the top. You've got the famous bit with Loki getting smashed around. It depends if you're a fan of the first 10 years of the films. But if you're not into the films, I mean, the building by itself looks great and it is huge. So you could potentially mock it for something else and just take the A off, but then you're going to be left with loads of minifigures that you might not know who they are or care about too much. But yeah, that's a good call. What else is coming through? Let's have a look. Right, hang on. So Sheba said Black Pearl. Ryan says T-Rex skeleton thingy. I picked up a T-Rex on the last double points. It's a great set. Said Ultra Bricks. Sean said the Garden's due to retire this year. Avengers Tower is nice. Andrew said I got the 3 older boats. That's retiring at the end of the year, I believe. Just by 4 willies, says Tim. The D&D, which we'll have a look at in a second. I don't have the Gardens or the Avengers Tower, says Andrea. Got all the architectural sets. Well, there we go. So Sean also says Pac-Man. Brickford says Eiffel Tower. T-Rex is the winner. You decide. Oh, Andrew says you decide, not me. Need a poll. We do need a poll. Okay. Let's do it. We'll do a poll. Okay. We'll do you a poll. So that poll was ticking up. So we've got 24 votes in on that one. Star Wars. So Harry Potter's on the chopping block for that. Right. Right. Let's. How am I going to do this? Start a poll. Spend Andrew's money. Right. We all said we need a poll. We all need a poll. Right. Sean, I'll type in 4797 in a second. But the first poll is T-Rex, Bot Gardens, Avengers Tower, Black Pearl. There you go. Right, it's away. That's away. Someone says, "Do you have the steamboat?" Right, polls up, polls up. Get your votes in, and then we'll just change it. We'll do some other bits and pieces. We can start to work out the pricing of stuff. Yeah, it is there. It is there. Andrew says got Pac-Man, Ultra, and Nintendo. Yeah, so you got all the gaming consoles, which is good. I mean, the Game Boy. If you haven't got the Game Boy, that might be a nice little one to add to it as well. 40797. That was it. What was it? Oh God. He's got it. He's got him for Eeyore. Sean's helping you with this one. You and Ryan and she were on fire this evening. Right, the poll is up and running. Had the Steamboat got the Game Boy? Right, at the moment is you're 11 votes in 1 minute, which is our quickest poll I think we've ever had. And at the moment, it's no surprise to me. The T-Rex and the Avengers Tower is drawing as they should do, and the Botanic Gardens is coming in third. So that's actually how I probably would have placed them. The problem is with the T-Rex and the Avengers Tower, they're both amazing but different shapes. You've got one that's super high and one that's super long. But that, yeah, both of those, both of them definitely. I mean, like all the sets that are on this poll are probably some of the stronger sets. But we'll leave it on there for literally a minute or two more, because I think literally everybody's voted straight away. So we'll do another one and start to work out the pricing and everything. But I would definitely say the T-Rex and the Avengers Tower are the two really very, very strong sets. But the only thing is that obviously the Avengers Tower is very expensive, so you're not going to get lots of sets if you've got the tower. So because that's one of the more expensive ones, isn't it? Because it's 429 for that, and then the T-Rex is 219. So like the T-Rex is great value for what it is. Whereas the Avengers Tower, you're paying Disney tax on top of it, but it's huge, absolutely huge. You've got the Double D, which is this as well. One Piece might be a good opportunity if you wanted to get like a full wave of something. Depends what you want it for, though. That's the thing. It depends what it is that you're trying to do, just to either resell or what it is that you're wanting to do. Yeah, I think Andrew's got the Jabber. I think Andrew picked it up already. But the one that's on the screen at the moment is a potential. But yeah, it depends on if you want lots of sets, smaller sets. Because you can obviously download the free game on this one through your Insiders account as well, if you wanted to. Yeah, there's a lot of picks that you can do for the different bits and pieces. But yeah, the T-Rex and the Avengers Tower, both of them are definitely worthy sets, as is the Botanical Gardens as well. So the Black Pearl does look nice, but I think it's in the right place on the poll for that order. I got D&D and got all of One Piece. Just want a cool new set. Got if you want, well, obviously it's a tie for those two. And if you want something completely different, I don't know if anybody else can think of 4 more sets to put against each other, but I'll put these two up on the screen. So you got the T-Rex is this thing. It's massive. It really is big, but it is unbelievably impressive when it's built. And it's not boring. It's not repetitive. All the rib cage is completely different. All of the design of everything's completely different. The head is huge as well. And the head is a big old thing. The stand is really impressive how you build it up. And you've got like all the Easter eggs from the film in the actual stand as well. So you've got like the frog DNA and all the other little bits and pieces. You can lock the hips in. The tail moves really nicely. You got all this, you've got all the different lengths and stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing how it all comes together. But it is massive. So yeah, if you're gonna if you just want a really nice display piece for a while, this is it. But you might get stuck for space. But if you've got that whole budget to spend, this with other sets would be great. But it just depends on if you, because it depends, because you got what, 1,000 you said you want to spend one. Yeah, because that's the thing, is you could get this in the death size. You could get the big 8, was it 9? Yeah, you probably could. You could 9. No, you can't. 9, 10, 9, 10, yeah, 11. Yeah, you could do. No, you're off. You're off. But yeah, you could get this in something and lots of smaller stuff. Because then everybody would have to start thinking of much smaller sets to add up the rest. Personally, it's literally dependent on what you would prefer, because out the two, they're so different. This would be easier to display because I don't think people understand how big the T-Rex is, but it's just a lot more money. The only thing, it's incredibly impressive because it's a really, really striking set. It's very tall, very, very tall, but it is only on a base plate. Whereas that T-Rex is quite literally a meter long. It is huge. So you can see with this thing, it's 90 centimeters in height. So it's just under a meter. And you can see all of the figures and everything that it comes with. But it just depends on if you've got a lot of space or not. Oh, if you don't have the Goonies or the Slice. Yeah. So Goonies, Slice, T-Rex, and Avengers Tower. There we go. Okay. Start a poll. Right, what is best? So we've got Goonies, Death Slice. Right, these are the four big ones. There's loads of smaller ones you could go for. It just depends if you want tons and tons of smaller builds. It just depends if you want tons and tons of smaller builds. But there you go. The poll is up and running, so it'll be popping up on your screen shortly. So yeah, get your votes in. Get your votes in. The Goonies, the Death Slice, the T-Rex, or the Avengers Tower. Yeah, get them in. Get them in. Get them in. All right, 4 votes in already. So we'll see. We'll see what it does. It's just the one set you want, is it? Or do you want multiple sets? Oh, any one set, not many sets. You just want one set. Oh, okay. Oh, so you got one set for that budget, right? Fair enough. That makes sense. So it's just the one set that you want to pick up. So Shiva's gone for the tower. So you got just 3 huge sets, basically. 3 huge sets there. So we'll let those pop in, and just so you guys and girls can have a. But yeah, if there's no brick, there's no. if you waited, you could potentially pre-order some of these. But if you have to have it by the end of January and it's a build that you desperately want to do, or you could potentially just do something completely different and pre-order some of one of these if you wanted to. Because again, these have all changed, haven't they? You know, got the 20 minifigures in with these, and there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on with these as well. Yeah, so get your votes in quick for Andrea. If it's just one set you want, you've got 3 at the moment. What's been voted for is 3 very different but big sets. Like that Death Slice is huge. It's 4 base plates wide at the biggest, 3 or 4 base plates wide at the biggest. T-Rex is a meter. Avengers Tower is huge, but it also depends on what else it is going with. Oh, you're going to pre-order Bricklink sets anyway? Fair enough. Well, that's fair enough then. At the moment, it's... Well, to be fair, the Avengers Tower has done well in both polls, as has... The Death Slice just been added, but the Avengers Tower... Because obviously people now have gone for the Death Slice instead of the T-Rex, but the Avengers Tower is still getting the Avengers Tower, so maybe that might be the one. But it is expensive, though. That's the thing. So... It's obviously it's the middle priced one out of all of them. But if it's just one good set that you want, then that is options for you. Unless anybody else can think of anything else that's just not that expensive, but it's just a really nice build. Because like the trains have gone, haven't they? So like the Orient Express would have been up on that list. That would have been a nice thing to do and have. The new Ninjago set that I'm building, to be honest, is a fantastic build. But I don't think you're into Ninjago stuff, so it's pointless doing that. The tower is... I think it's this year. There's a lot of Marvel stuff retiring this year. So the Avengers Tower's on the list for this year. So that's the thing. Out of the 3 sets, I think the T-Rex is not going, but I think the Avengers Tower is, I think. So that's something else to consider with regards to the list that's on the list that's been retired. Because to throw a spanner in the works, the one that I'm doing at the moment is this. So if you wanted something completely different for a good price, you could build... This is a fantastic build. Just as a spanner in the works. So you got many Ninjago, but not the newest module or the old. Well, the old town's better than the workshop. That's nothing special. But this, for something completely different, and I'm also thinking from a price perspective, it's much cheaper. It's in the T-Rex category, but you're getting huge brick count of this, huge piece count, 4,800. You get all the 15th anniversary edition characters from, and also you get the series 4, and you can have it displayed as a length, or you can have it displayed as a circle. So if you're into your Ninjago stuff, this has to be up for question, because it's just such a beautiful looking thing, and in person it is very detailed as well, and you can design a lot of stuff with it. But again, it just comes down to, do you have the space to display 4 base plates? Zelda is on its way as well, isn't it? But the other one is available. So there's another option coming through for Zelda, which is if you're into gaming stuff. But I don't know what this would be like as a build. But it's 2,500 pieces. I don't know anything about this one though, so I can't give you too much advice on that. So at the moment, the Avengers Tower has basically won both of those polls. So I think what I do, I'm going to do one more poll. Avengers Tower. I need one more set. I need one more set to spend Andrea's money. To spend the money. Who's going to come up with the first set? Anybody? 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 Going back through the chat to see if I can see anything. Good call. Right, there you go. Get your votes in to spend somebody else's money. Apart from that, it's Natural History Museum. Bugger. Never mind. I've already put it up there. So I've already put it up there. We'll see what the poll does. The poll does. You've got lots of, well, you got at least you got some options now with regards to what you're thinking. And of course, Willy Wonka's not come up on the poll. I think Willy Wonka would have done quite well. So obviously, don't vote for the Natural History Museum, but we'll see. We'll see what it does. Because obviously, the Avengers Tower wins this one, or comes joint first. And you haven't got it, then clearly everybody's saying it's very, very popular. So yeah, get your votes in just for Avengers Tower, Old Town Ninjago, or Zelda, because the Natural History Museum is already bought, but people are voting for that, so that's not helpful because it's already been bought. So we'll take that away. In fact, hang on, you lot have just been awkward. You're just being awkward, aren't you? We'll try that again. We could do that after. We could do that after. That'd be good. Right, there we go. We'll try that again. Right, so yeah, spend the money. That's the one's gone. But yeah, Sean says, can we do a poll to donate the Black Sheep Foundation? I think we can try. We could try to do that. I don't see why not. But yeah, you've got the Old Town Ninjago, you've got the Zelda, and you've got the Avengers Tower. That's the three. Shiba, it's too late. We could have put that on there. We could have put the aquarium up against the Willy Wonka. We could have done. On the last poll, I'll leave that running for a couple of minutes. Right, so we've got stuff. So all the Bricklink Designer Program Series 7 bits and pieces are on the countdown. These are going to be happening in 37 days is what this is going to be happening. So you've got 37 days, 18 hours, 22 minutes and 46 seconds for these 5. Now, the boat has had a big upgrade with regards to a color scheme and lots more minifigures on this. So you've got tons and tons of figures being changed. You've got basically the whole of these have been done. And then, of course, you've got the goat, you've got the monkey, you've got the chicken, you've got the cat. And then you've got just a good selection of lineup in their actual outfits. The internals of this does look good. Don't forget, you can print off sails for this as well. So you've got the white sails up top. Now, with the sails, you'll notice there's a flag. The flag changes 3 times. You've got the blue, and then I do believe you've got the red. And then you've got the pirate minifigure one. Also, if you look at the back, you've got a name of the boat, which is that one beginning with an M. And that one begins with an F. So you have got a double option of what one it is you want to call the boat. So for whatever reason, I don't know why they're called different names, but they do also have different names on the boat. So I'm assuming you can either get a sticker sheet with both on. You can pick and choose whatever it is you want. It's completely up to you in regards to you as an individual with regards to what you're going to be doing on that set. The deck itself does look very, very good as well. So you've got all the removable panels, you've got the bits and pieces up top. I do like the flag. I think this is a big thing, but this is also, it's a long thing as well, isn't it? So it's base plate wide, I think, with the sails overhanging at the top. Yes, 3 base plates long, and it's just over a base plate wide. So I'm not too sure what one is going to sell best out of all these, because when we did the little poll start of the week, the sushi restaurant sold. Everybody said the sushi restaurant was going to do really, really well. Of course, you can't do anything with these. It's a pre-order, and then you've got 6 months until you're going to get it. So pre-order on the 16th of February, and then you just basically wait and play the game. But again, you've got a good minifigure lineup with this one, and then you have got, this is open full in the middle. So this is the things that we spotted. So you've got all of the cast and crew and characters on the inside just there, and then opposite side on this one with all the pink hairs and things. But then the tram is also a split track, so you've got like a little bit of a leak going on the front just there, which is pretty cool. So it's obviously telling a little story as it's going on, which is obviously always nice. And then you've got this thing which surprised me a lot, because you've got the Ninjago character stuff on the bottom shelf. So again, this is yours for $99.99. They haven't put any. They put one limited element in here. What's a piece count for what, Lego King? What's the piece count for what? So the last poll is running as well, by the way, guys and girls. So get your votes in for that. And if the Avengers Tower does this, if the Avengers Tower does well on this one, then I think Andrew can make up the mind then in regards to if the tower is suitable. I think we've done what we can with regards to showing off how nice that set is, but it just depends on if it's going to work in your actual display. But no, this has got all of these different bits and pieces within. So you can see you've got all the book stuff. Is this going to open up? Yeah, there we go. But yeah, here it is. But yeah, there you go. Look, on the bottom, you've got all of the elements for the Ninjago bit. So you've got all of the micro figures, the other torsos and stuff. Then you've got like a fossil collection that's supposed to be in the middle. And then as you come through, this has just been added. So these 4 helmets have just been added with the 4 weapons. I actually don't know if all 4 weapons are there, to be honest, because you're obviously missing the green ninja. You have got Ryu down at the bottom with the crystals. You have got Cole's bit, and you've got Kai's sword, but you haven't got the nunchuck bits in there. I don't know. I can't see them in there. And then you haven't got the things that Zane throws. I want to say katanas, but they're not, are they? That's the sword. The Bricklink ship, I will get to the piece count on that in a second. It's a lot. But But no, with regards to this one, this is 1,500 pieces for 99, and this is 319 pounds. But it's the most pieces. It's 4,087. But like I said, it's 3 base plates long, so this thing is huge, absolutely huge. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if you guys and girls are interested in any of these Bricklink sets or not. I'm not. I don't know. I don't know what is taking your fancy. And of course, then you've got the shop. So this is the other one that's coming out in a little while. This has a different upgrade of minifigures again. We saw all of these. So you have got the sort of squid ones. You've got this cool new faction with the red trophy shield, and then you got the blue as well. They're from the 3-in-1 creator. Full prints and all of them as well. So the prints from top to bottom, they look fantastic. Still can't quite understand what the random ghosts are about, but I'm sure that it'll tell a story somewhere. But this is taller than, it's narrower, but slightly taller than the blacksmith. If you guys and girls are wondering with regards to sizing, but that's a very, very quick look at the Bricklink bits and pieces. We go back to the main Lego page, and this is where it all started. So we started with this for the Galaxies Plays Back. As it's sunk in for you guys and girls with regards to the fan of these, or are you not? Are you still sat on the fence and not too sure? So I will have a quick look in the PAB stuff and just see. Sheba says I'll be pre-ordering the sushi restaurant, but pass on the others. Clone Marshal Cody Commander. Hello there. Well, I recognise the hello there. I just wondered if you've changed your name again. Hopefully you're all right. Right, so it looks like the Avengers Tower has won again. So that's won every poll. So that might answer the question. So, Andrea, it looks like that everybody's voted for the Avengers Tower for you. So if you have that in the budget, that might be the one to go for if that's not the one that you've got. So it's just the one set that you're after, then there you go. That's the one. Right, get rid of that. Right, let's have a look on let's have a look on the rest of the information about the smart brick, smart play, because there's a tab, and the tab opens another 4 tabs up at the top. And I don't know where it is. And it's annoying. I wonder if it's on the front page. Because there is something. Well, this, we know all about this anyway. This is where the countdown was, and that countdown's gone. So there's nothing new there. There's new bits and pieces on this bit. Our all-in-one sets comes with smart bricks or 2, smart chargers, smart tags, and smart minifigures. In other words, all you need to unlock the smart play experience. Yeah, so they're going to clearly change the box artwork for the smart play from the all-in-one to just not have everything in it. So you're not going to get bombarded with all of the chargers. So maybe the chargers are just going to come in a selective amount of more sets after this, and then you'll go from there. But what I wanted to see is because I would have thought when you go into shop and hit smart play, it would have given you everything, but it doesn't. It just gives you, well, unless this is everything, it just gives you these 3 sets. So I don't think because you've got the other smart play tab down on this bit, which I think just takes you to the same. Yeah, it's just a page. It's just a page that's open. And then shop by range. No. I don't know where any of the other bits and pieces will be, but I'll get them up on the. I'll get them back up on the screen so you lot can have another quick look, because I'm just going to try and find something on the other tab behind and just see where those pieces are. To the pick a brick, but the brick is not there. See? I can never get on with this. I never know how this works, but it's not. There's nothing underneath. The one thing I did find interesting is the reindeers that were popping up. There, here we go. If I go newest, look at this. So if I go to newest for the pick a brick, look how expensive a reindeer is by itself. It's £6.54 for a reindeer by itself. But then if you wanted a hobbit's legs, it's 95 pence. I was amazed when I saw how expensive that was. £6.54 if you wanted to get a replacement one of them. I thought that's quite a lot. Well, that's quite a lot of money, but obviously it's a big mold. Oh, Ultra Brick says, I don't think they will sell the smart brick separately for a while. Apparently, manufacturing constraints. Well, that's a little bit rubbish, isn't it? That's a little bit rubbish. Oh, well, that's what I was expecting the countdown to be, and it didn't. It just didn't happen. So yeah, if anybody wants to donate to Sean as well for a donation for the Black Sheep Foundation, then that would be great to help his Lego thing. And of course, we've also got the Willy Wonka Foundation for Ryan as well. So you and Sean and Ryan are going to have to come up with their own sort of name for the different bits and pieces. Now, it was close because I said there was a poll running before, and it said we had a load of votes on it. It said if you had to lose one Lego IP to replace it for something new, what would it be? Harry Potter was at 34%. Star Wars and Nintendo both drew at 29.29, and all Lego ideas maybe had like 2 votes. That was it. So it was only at 8%. So by the sounds of it, you guys and girls are happy with the Lego ideas stuff, and we'll just chop and change other bits. Smart brick sets only launching in 6 countries, are they? Well, that's interesting. So that kind of stuff I've not actually read, so that'd have been quite helpful to know. Because I've found all the lights. So if you need to replace your light bricks inside the Winter Village sets, they're £4.63. So like I said, I've been scouring this, but I couldn't find anything. The new faction shields for Shibo, they're £1.67. You've got all the different legs. I'm assuming, Shibo, you're going to army build a new faction potentially as well. But there is a lot of pieces, obviously, in here to go through. But you have got the new Snake one as well, that's from the Lego Creator stuff, wasn't it? That's from the 3-in-1. So they've got the new pieces on here. They've obviously got the horses from Friends, the ponies. But yeah, things just like the wig for some of the Monster Fighter or the Monster wigs. Some of them they're quite pricey, so you don't want to start losing some of these pieces. You'll see the cowboy hat, 32 pence. Animal tail is £1. Well, I've learned something new. I did not realize they were only going to be in limited countries. So I did not know that at all. Right. So what I'll do then is, because we've covered all the other little, we'll just see what's actually in stock. We'll see is it? I'm assuming now everything's come back in. Nothing's on back order. The giveaways are still running with regards to the parade car. So in case anybody's never seen this before, this is still available until Sunday. So, and it still says, look, excludes the Creel House. Even to this day, you can't get it with the Creel House. Can't get it because you can obviously order the Creel House online, but you can't get it in store. So, have you opened yours yet, Shibo? Have you actually opened up your car? I was tempted to open this, but I haven't really got anywhere to plonk it yet. So, I haven't tinkered with mine. But I think Shopping Street's going to be on people's lists for the foreseeable future, I would imagine. Shima says, for now, I'm sticking with the classic factions. Only Lion Knights, the Black Falcon, the Vikings, Wolfpack, and Forestman. Oh, so what are you going to do moving forward then with the Bricklink stuff? Because obviously that's a sign of things to come. So are you literally just going to carry on army building your faction and forward? Because obviously you've gone for the sushi, which I was quite surprised at, because obviously this would work well with your layout, but obviously the characters that are included, they're all going to be what for the next 4 years, you would think. So they've gone for the more modern take on these, haven't they? So yeah, I suppose there's method to people's madness, because you can't collect all of them, but you wouldn't. I'm assuming you've not thought of having a herbal sort of drugstore. But then if it's not going to, because it's out of proportion to the Viking village, isn't it? It's because it's the size of the blacksmith, so it's a much larger scale. So yeah, it depends on, if you don't have the blacksmith, then you don't really need this at all. But yeah, still wanted it, and in case anybody cares, I'm sure it's still there. Year of the Horse, £65, and you get this little bad boy on its own little stand, and you've got a little to and from on the front, so you can give it to somebody as a nice birthday present or Christmas gift next year. Oh, there we go then. So you've got the Outlaw Forest coming in March, so you can't go wrong. Of course, yes. All of those sets are coming out soon. You haven't got long until they arrive. So they're literally, you're going to have to pre-order one and then pay for one, possibly in the same month. So if you pre-order early, you should then get that money back and then spend that money again on the Bricklink stuff. God, they've done a very tight turnover, very, very tight turnover on that. So yeah, that's a bit of a fruity one for everybody that's been ordering those Bricklink stuff. I haven't got one for ages now. Like obviously from the Lego website, I haven't picked it up. Let's have a quick scoot through all of this. So yeah, we know that's there. There's your wreath. That's it for the pre-order stuff. They sometimes update stuff on a weekend, but I don't think they're going to. I think they're just going to let that simmer. So I really am unsure of what are we going to be getting in February. I'm sure it said Zelda was coming. Yeah, it's the same scale as the blacksmith. That's it. Yeah. Oh, at last, Jay is here. He's not got a plunger in his hand, so he's not broken the toilet. He's there walking around. He's crying because Cody Moans is lost. That's it. What do you want to talk? What should we talk about now then, Jay? If Mr. Cody Rhodes has just lost. Anybody got the French fries food truck yet? Anybody got the van yet? Because once we've had a quick look at this, I do want to see if the modular is actually saying it's exclusive at Smith's. So that is, it's been brought forward. So that's now on the 16th of February. So you're not waiting for as long for that now. That was on a huge back order. So they're spitting those out very, very quickly. So anybody that's waiting for their Creel house now, you'll be getting yours between now and the 16th of Feb. Nothing. No, they've caught up with everything, because they had almost got. They've got all these back in stock. That didn't take long. I wonder if there's a problem with that then, because they've gone from not being available to in stock. So did they just not have them available at the time? Because all 4 of them had gone. So And so if you do want the rides, they're all back. I've seen loads of people pick them up. There is 4 to collect of those rides as well, but of course they haven't put them side by side, have they? But there is 4 of them. Well, it does look like they've caught up quite nicely with a lot of the bits and pieces. Yeah, they've caught up with the lovebirds. What do we actually think of this? Because I don't know why they've got involved. I think they might be regretting it at the moment as well. If it all kicks off, I think these might be controversial sets eventually, but we'll see. We've got some. I've been slid. I've been penetrated. I have been penetrated. Right, let's have a look. Mr. J's Toy Collection UK. Ah. Okay. Oh, it is a land bounty. That's what's coming this year. Right, so this is what I think Ultra Bricks was talking about before. So Ultra Bricks was saying that the 15th anniversary was going to be the X Racer, and it is. So they're going to do the Ninja X1 Racer, which is a redo, obviously. Let me find that. What's the old SKU number? Hang on. Yeah, I'm quite surprised. I wonder what they're going to make that look like. Because I think this is one of their first ever. Because I don't know if it's going to be the Racer or the Charger. Because the Charger I know was done that's been redone recently. Right, we've got some fancy stuff on this. What's all this about? So that's it. I've got the box artwork and everything. That wasn't even meant. So this set was released back in 2021. So I'm surprised that they've redone it, to be honest. And they've made us wait for this. Why? I don't understand why they've done that, because this is the 3rd time they've done this car. There's a set that was released on the 2nd January 2021. It contained Kai J, the sleeveless suits and the golden legacy Cole. And it's when they're tearing about. But it does have. Oh, that's not it. Sorry, that's the actual older set. That's the golden character, but that's the car. So that's what it's supposed to be based on. So I can see why they've done it, but they've just done it. So I'm quite surprised they're doing it so soon. But anyway, it's not as bad as this, is it? Let's be quite honest about things. I know Shibo is very excited about the World Cup, but I'm not too sure about the sets. To be honest, I've heard that they should do a FIFA Dream Team for CMF. Now I don't know if a certain person is listening in the background or they've fallen asleep, but if Sean is about, there is a 2,164 piece Hogwarts Castle East Wing, which is going to be including 12 minifigures. Has the large stone bridge. There's the alley for 788. The class plant is 718. The Forbidden Forest. Yes, yeah, so there's a lot of stuff. Oh, they're going to potentially do an advent calendar as well. Brilliant. Where do they get all this information from? You never know. It's 100%, but yeah, There's the eyeballs. There's the eyeballs. We know people are lurking in the background. We know you're lurking. So, yeah. So that is some saucy information from the Potter fans. Bearing in mind, though, I would just like to like to make this very, very clear that from what was it, 20 odd people or whatever it was, it probably would have had more votes now, but we did the things for Andrea. That you lot wanted Harry Potter completely wiped off the face of the earth. So that's the amazing thing. They're doing the biggest ever castle in history. Yeah, it was. Yeah, so there was 24 votes, and the question was, if you had to lose one Lego IP to replace it for something new, what would it be? And 34% of you said Harry Potter. Star Wars and Nintendo were both at 29%, and all Lego Ideas sets was only at 8%. I thought you lot would have voted for the Lego Ideas stuff to get them gone, to have like a new IP to save Harry Potter and Star Wars and Ninjago and Nintendo, but nope. You lot were like, nah, get it gone. But yeah, potentially they could do. It would fall in the right time for a icons wave, but then at the same time, the licensing for that would be astronomical. So I don't know if they would. I don't think they would do a CMF wave. I think there's just going to be a few figures. I'm assuming it's just going to be some bigger names, which the problem is there's only really two names around the world that are spoken about. So it's going to be Messi and Ronaldo. And then everybody else is just going to be probably second best at this time. The problem is there'll be a standout person at this World Cup, and they obviously won't have anything to do with these sets. So I don't know if there's going to be a football with this. I don't know if there's going to be a stadium. I've seen odds and sods, but no, I'm a little bit sat on the fence, to be honest. I think so, Sean. I think I've seen something, but I was a little bit confused. That came out the same day as was it a couple of days back, wasn't it? And I actually thought that was official images that came out. But there's nothing. Why do they? What is this all about? I'm just reading a license. So, tell you what, Brickfin, they've just got completely different writers because somebody here is not happy with this at all. It's a model only a mother can love. Yeah, fair enough. But perhaps through no inheritance photo of its own. The real problem here is the Lego and FIFA partnership. Yeah, because that's having. That's why I said. That's why I think they're going to regret doing these sets at this World Cup. I think there's going to be so much controversy around it. See, 2015, the US government charged with 70. No, I'm not even going to. We're not even going to go into that. That's all about, and it is not the time or the place for the hosting rights of who had what, and it's just the wrong timing. Yeah. So it's interesting to see what the sets are going to do. It's going to be interesting. From a player minifigure perspective, those minifigures are going to be very, very sought after with the sets that they come in. Because I think people just want the minifigures, but I don't think they'll want the sets as much. What else have we got? So Andrew said, I found 3 Bricklink sets that can go against the Avengers Tower. All 3 of those are the same value as the Avengers Tower, are they? I'll have a quick look in a second. Not a problem, Lego King. Enjoy putting the little ones to sleep. Hopefully you will have a good evening yourself. Because the images for the new, I can't believe you've said the word, Sean. What are you? I've just realized what you've written. I want you to delete that comment and rewrite the comment, Sean. We are against that word over here. How has that S word slipped out of your fingers? I do not know. Jay saying the massive Castle Potter. The massive sounding Potter sets for the summer castle. Shiva says Bugs Bunny can't wait to build. Fair enough. I'm fully aware, apparently, says Sean. I am fully aware. Oh, I tell you what, Jay's got the spanner and he's not done anything about it. So even I thought he would have been offended by that. Right, what are they? Let's have a look. What have you actually found? So what's the first one? You have got 910023. Oh, you've gone for the yes. Okay, you've gone for this style. Yeah, so if it's 3-1, because we all thought you just wanted one set. If you can get these 3 sets instead of the Avengers Tower, do that, because you said you like all the architecture sets, didn't you? So what's the others? Let's have a look. I am going to type them all in. Jay has made it very, very clear. That's what it's officially called. Fair enough. Well, they're not world style. No, what I mean is, they're not worldwide names. That's the thing. So, yeah, they're not worldwide names. Obviously, they'll go across, but they're not massive. They're not massive like global selling stars. That's the problem that they've got with the certain bits and pieces. So they'll need to have names that are a household name, and you just like Haaland at international levels not done anything because they didn't qualify 4 years ago. Mbappe crumbles all the time. I'm talking from a World Cup perspective. They're not names that you associate with it as such. I mean, obviously they're incredible talent, but it just seems on a world scale, for whatever reason, it's always Messi and Ronaldo. They're not at their peak now, but it's from their point of view, they've got to sell stuff, haven't they? 910038. You're going for the Pirate Island. Yeah. That's a nice looking set. To be fair though, that out of all, that's an odd one, because I was looking at that and I was like, oh, actually, I'm not too sure on that set, to be quite honest. 910029. And you got the Mountain Fortress. Well, the Mountain Fortress you can't go wrong with. I have that. So if you like your castles, that's a really nice set. That'll be better than the Pirates. So yeah, you're narrowing it down from the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1 things. But yeah, the Bricklink stuff's only going to go up in value, and of course, if you can pick up the Bricklink stuff right over but the Avengers Tower is retiring this year. So on the Lego website at the moment, it's the Avengers Tower, and then obviously it's just whatever you think for the Bricklink stuff. But they're all so different sets. You're not going to go wrong really with any of them. So it's 1,498 balls. That is one big ball. But the quick question is, I've said this is probably the 5th or 6th time I've said, is it a design that they can redo as a Death Star? Because the globe, this, I said, is the next Death Star. It's the right size. You could have taken the panels off and had the internals on the inside and just done something with it. And I don't know if this is the size, if this is the same paneling that they've used for the football or not. But obviously, we're not going to get the Death Star now. But this would have been a perfect play scale Death Star, is what I was thinking. But I've been smashed in the nuts with that one. So that's clearly not what the Lego Group are thinking whatsoever, is it? Absolute nonsense. Checked a PM. He's got a PM for the filth. What have we got? We got more filth coming through. We have got filth coming through. Oh, that's what I've seen. Oh, they've done it very bizarre, haven't they? 43019. Well, I tell you what, it is absolutely amazing what you can find online. I can't believe I've just typed in a SKU code and there's a picture. How? How is this there? That's it, apparently. Apparently. This is all if buts and maybes. If buts and maybes. I don't even know what this website is. Yanko Design. There you go. That's what's on the inside of it. So that is a very similar mechanism to the N64 Cube, I think. And that's what you're getting on the inside. 1,494, 2.15 inches long, 10 wide. Oh, it's not the replica. It's not the exact replica of the 26, but they don't, because I don't know what. Has anybody actually seen the World Cup ball yet this year? Has anybody seen it? Oh, is that it? There we go. That's what it is. You can get the official ball for £130 if you wanted to, or you could get the knockoff for £10.99. That is outrageous. Outrageous how expensive those balls are. But people collect them, don't they? They do collect them. So it's called Trondia. I don't know how that's going to move in the air because obviously every ball's got different technology on the inside of it. Don't forget they've got all the bits and pieces on the inside of that as well. So that's they've just basically now Lego's just made a football. They've not actually made the World Cup ball. 43019 says Brickford. I think was that what I got? Was that did I do that one? Was that what that is? Yes. Look at that. Thank you, Brickford. So yeah, that is the ball, and that is the ball. So obviously they haven't got the rights to do anything with Adidas, so they can't go anywhere near the same color scheme, but they've made it pink and blue, which I can't remember what that pink and blue reminds me of. There is, that almost like it's like the Live Aid ball or something. They have copied a pattern from the ball, but I can't remember. I can't quite fathom what that is. Just shutting some tabs down as I've got loads of them open. It can't be Sticky Sean, surely. It can't be that. IKEA is making this year's ball. Yes, it is. What colour is that? What is that? That's a very unusual. I mean, obviously, because it all opens up. But I think what Jay's talking about is the lampshade. I'm assuming the one that you're talking about with the big pull string where it all opens up, because it also looks like that. I don't know how this is here. Just a full write-up of everything. So I'm assuming these images must have actually come out and it's their press release stuff, but they just haven't uploaded it onto the Lego website yet. This is too well written. It's got all the information on it. So $200 for the premium, the ball. Sorry, that I will be. I don't think I've got any interest in that whatsoever. I don't think, but I think some people might. But we still got to see the actual World Cup's going to happen yet, haven't we? So we'll see. It could all go wrong yet. We're still a few months away. So, and they have to be Princess Shubo. I think they've got to be, haven't they? It can't be stickers. IKEA thinks it looks like a Chase's IKEA is making that. I think that, yeah. So Brickford sent me the SKU number. Let's have a look. Yeah, I don't know where because they're not out and about yet. The bits, so you're gonna have to. I wonder when the official images will come out for Harry Potter, because don't forget that is retiring. When's that retiring? That's retiring end of this year, isn't it? It's all going to retire. It is the end of this year, yeah. So the last three are going to come out, and then it's going to retire at the end of January. So Jay, your car's back now. That was on back order. That's returned again. Yeah, you'd think so, but I don't know. Well, I'm assuming you're hoping that that's what it's going to do, because obviously, if it keeps going, because Jay's worked out the space, because Jay's got them all built up so far, and it's well over a table of space that castle's going to take up. Do you think it's going to take up a full table, Jay? Like completely covered of base plates with it all on top? I know it's got a bit of a kink to it, but realistically, are you looking at over a meter in length for this castle? Yeah, they're still on back order. Yeah, Sean's getting a bit of a squeaky bum regarding the Harry Potter stuff. Yeah, so Jay's got a 120 table just to cover it. So he's basically showing his length off now to everybody. He's got a bit of a flex, on the go. But I think we covered everything. We've done all the little bits and pieces. That I thought there was going to be a lot more to do with the smart stuff, and clearly it wasn't. But then, in all fairness, it did take us 45 minutes to get through 3 sets. So we did a good slow job on that. Actually, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to do just a poll for 10 minutes for the smart play. Right, what have you got? You got the Luke's Red 5 X-Wing. I know I can see. We've got the throne room. We've got the TIE fighter. All right, there you go. Last poll of the night. Just something a little bit silly, because I know some of you like him, some of you don't. I do like the box artwork, though. I'll give them that. I think the box artwork's nice. But I'm just trying to see. There's no Easter eggs on that one. Unless that, that is the Easter egg, isn't it? Isn't that the shaft it flies down to blow the thing up? Is that what that's supposed to be? Because they've all link into the Death Star. Because this has the Death Star in the background. So the back of the box has got it on? It must be the back. I need to check the back of the X-wing, the fighter then. Yeah, because this has nothing for the what was the? Oh, are they using this to fight the X-wing on the back of the X-wing's box? Is that what they're doing? Maybe that's it. It's only taken me this long to clock on to what they've done. Try that again in instant replay. Go all the way back through to the back of this box. I'm lost now. I thought I am almost 1,000,000% sure I had a picture. It's got to be it's got to be the throne room, the other room then. If not, I've lost the plot because I'm sure that's what I spoke about. And so there's an Easter egg there for something else. I was been daydreaming when I saw that. Useless. Absolutely useless. Never mind. Right, what are you doing? Oh, I thought, I had to put something, I had to put something in there just to make it a little bit different. No, that's a good point. Andrew says, which countries has the smart brick that are not available in Sweden? Because that is a very, very. I have to find it. All right, let's. I'll just we'll let Willy Wonka take the we'll let Willy take the throne on that one. I'll put that up. Let's have a look. God, didn't you? You know, you had to. The Radio Times just popped up. I went to click on it because it says about the smart brick, and they want me to pay for the paper. Doing that for? Worldwide availability. I have absolutely no idea where to find. If they're rolling out in 5 countries, I don't know. 6 countries. Here we go. Is it going to give it to me? Right. So Lego failed to mention that the smart brick that is only available in 6 countries. This is would have been helpful. UK, US, France, Germany, Poland, and Australia. Why your phone's 100? Oh, hang on, let me catch back up. Let me go back up. The only actual official Star Wars sound it seems to make is it plays the Imperial March, but everything else is very genetic. So they haven't pulled Jay in by his sausage yet. Which countries has the smart? So this is Ash and Flash has said this on assuming what is Twitter X, whatever it used to be. US, France, Germany, Poland, and Australia. So that's it. I didn't realize that was. I thought Yeah, so Andrew says it's not available in Sweden. Mr. J's toy collection. Do you have Gringotts Wizarding Bank? I do actually. I built one in my city. Doesn't have the track though. Very nice. It's a very impressive build. I wonder where your track went, Jay. Go, Willie, go. There's no stopping Willie this time. Ryan missed the reaching his. Well, I think he's fallen asleep, hasn't he? He's not here. Jay said so. Not in Denmark. Strong start. Well, surely that can't be correct, can it? It's got to be in Denmark as well. They can't not have it in their own country. Biggest markets for Lego around the world, but surely Denmark must have it. And Australia doesn't have any shops. But I don't know. I mean, obviously, they were saying it's due to manufacturing issues or something, is what. But I have no idea. I'll see if I can find any more things. No, there's nothing. There's absolutely nothing else. That will start to roll out eventually. But no, there's nothing. There's nothing more about it. So I am actually quite surprised. I've said this now all afternoon. Why have they done a countdown for a smart brick, but only released 3 Lego sets with it in? I was speaking to Jay. I said to Jay, I was like, "Oh, I wonder if you're going to be able to get all the Lego City tiles today and order, find out how much all the things are." And no, it's literally, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's for you. And if you're not a Star Wars fan, then you're not going to pay any attention to this whatsoever. But we know where it clangs and bangs and does all the bits and pieces. So yeah, Sean says you should have put it under your city, Jay. I said to Jay you should have had it, but it's still here, Jay. It's still here. So get your votes in. Smart play poll. If you were forced to buy one, would you buy Willy Wonka, TIE Fighter, Throne Room, or the X-Wing? Yeah, well, I've just realised Pumpkin. You didn't let me know she was there. I could hear a loud snoring in my ear. I thought she was on the floor, bless her. She's fast asleep. Yeah, we know it's coming out in Pokemon, but the thing is with the city ones, they haven't got the ducks. They haven't got those sets. So I thought they could have. They could have at least given us some of the Lego. I just want to know what the pricing is of them. That's what I would like to. That's what I would like to know. And Sean is in the process of selling lots of stuff. Everybody, so if you want to make a quick list of a couple of sets that you're trying to sell, Sean, then let people know what it is you're doing before we start to wrap things up. It could have been a start to a hidden underworld. Very true. It could well have been. But no, there is nothing else new on that bit. And everything is still available. So as it stands right now, we do not have any sets for February. Or have I gone absolutely mental? Right, okay. So the spring wreath has got added to the website a couple of days ago. That is for the 1st of Feb. But what actually is coming in the 1st of Feb? I'm not doing this just to drag the stream out either. I have I don't know, because I'm assuming it's going to be gaming. I'm assuming it's going to be Zelda going into Pokemon. Or is it Pokemon at the end of? Because Pokemon will be at the end of February. But you're going to have Zelda at the start of Feb, probably. It's all going to be games, I would imagine. But as it stands, there's nothing available for pre-order. So this must be the first time we're 9 days in and there's no official images for anything else. 27th of February for Pokemon. There's more Fortnite sets leaked for summer releases. So we know Pokemon's going to be coming at the end of Feb. So you would have thought all of that stuff will be uploaded on the 1st of February. But what's going to be coming out on the 1st of Feb? Yeah, sort out a list, Sean. So Sean says he's going to sort out a list and maybe in the process of getting photos and all the jizz on the prices. Absolutely. And then we can sell the dream. Because it is budgeting a Harry Potter castle for Sean is what is going on. Willy Wonka is absolutely smashing this vote. Well, that is a good question. Is anybody actually going to be getting any of the Pokemon stuff? All the Lego ambassadors will get one early to review for a guest, so no doubt we'll see. I would think so, Brickford, but it's just because Pokemon is at the end of Feb. You would have thought that the Lego group would have got the stuff on that's coming out at the start of Feb now, so it didn't get swallowed, a bit like they did with the DeLorean. But they staggered everything, didn't they? But normally on the 2nd or 3rd of January, the website is packed of different bits and pieces because it was the year before last they brought out all the Marvel stuff in Feb. So I remember being in the store and literally bought something all excited, looked at my phone, was like, oh, they've got new stuff. So unless this is their new thing of doing it and letting people enjoy their sets, which would be nice, and then they'll give us a couple of weeks and then they show off some more stuff, I'll be happy with that. But it's kind of making me think Pokemon's going to be really big. I think who's going in for deep for Pokemon? Who's going to catch them all? Maybe catch and release. Or maybe it is all going to be to do with Pokemon next month. But the Zelda is coming though, isn't it? Is that because that has to be soon? They can't have just randomly put this up and wait until April because they've got all of the other bits and pieces with it. So I know Jay's a Zelda fan. I don't even know if he knew that this was on the Lego website, but this has been on the Lego website for ages. I don't know. I thought we read somewhere that Zelda was coming out at in Feb. So maybe it'd be Zelda at the start, Pokemon at the end. She was going to let them all go. Jay's going to collect all the Pokemon. He's going all in on Pokemon. The thing is that going to release so many sets, and you're literally going to have a choice of do you want. They're all going to be expensive, aren't they? Because they're going to be smart bricks in the play sets. So that's not ideal. Brickford says new theme launching for Valentine's, which is what? Keep it clean. Brickford said meant the smart brick. Oh right, of course, yeah, for the smart brick. Yeah, that's a good call, Brickford. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what is actually going to be coming. Gandalf art style for Valentine's Day. That doesn't sound right whatsoever. I always take all these leaks with a little bit of a pinch of salt because you never know 100% exactly what is going to be shown, do you? So, and more than likely it's you lot that are disappointed because I don't go looking for them. You lot send me them. I'm like, oh, that'd be nice. The one thing I am a bit surprised of is that's going to be the last 15th anniversary set for Ninjago. Brickford said, I'll be getting Eevee because my son calls the... Oh, fair enough. As long as that's by itself. Gandalf. I don't know who they are, Jay. I haven't got a clue. The Gandalf Doff, whatever. No idea. I don't know who any of these people are. But no, I don't actually think. Well, they have. Have they changed it back? Well, they have. On the main page, they had this as the new thing from Mandalorian, and it's changed. So that's the picture they used. It was that big chubby face. So they're not doing that anymore. Oh, the villain from Gandalf. I don't know. And the villain from Zelda. I haven't got a clue. I haven't got a clue about anything. I know nothing. I'm just going by what you're saying. Oh, so it's an art. So hang on. Let's just rewind this. The next Zelda set is going to be artwork. Oh, well, I think people might be disappointed with that. They put up a fight about the tree, so if they're going to do a bit of artwork, they're definitely going to put up a fight about that, aren't they? Right, that is official. That Willy Wonka is better than anything else on the Lego website currently, so we can't go wrong with that. But I am going to call it a night because we've got nothing else to. I could literally start building now and just plod on, but I'll carry on with that tomorrow. Well, I've moved off from Zelda ages ago. Got to keep up, Jay. I don't know what you lot are talking about. I'm like, no idea. I need 5 screens to keep up with this, with the amount of tabs that I've got going on. Right, everybody, I will say goodbye now. I will let you guys and girls say goodbye to each other. And then there'll be, just keep your eyes peeled for the next live stream. So hopefully you all stay warm. And of course, if you had a load of snow and had an ice rink outside yesterday, we were okay this way, so we were lucky. But there's no facts in any of my news videos. It's a show and tell of what's in front of me. They don't need to know the background of that history of the character. I'm more concerned about how many parts are wasted in the set that isn't involved in the other set, because that's what everybody was kicking off about. All right, guys, you guys take care. I am going to wrap it up. Yeah, we might as well. I'm looking at bag 3 going, do I do bag 3? Do I do bag 3? No, I'll hold fire. I think I'm tempted. I am tempted, but we'll crack on with that next time. I think. I don't know. Right, everybody. Yes, I will go. Right, take care, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I'll catch you with you soon. Bye.